Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts and the CNSL Season 7. Right now we're going into game number 4 here of this second round of 4 match. Motive right now leads 2-1. We are getting that sick cadence that we had between Scan and Yoon. Can MisO pick it up and send us much further down the line, maybe towards that game number 7? We shall see momentarily here as we are about to start. Hope you guys have been enjoying the CNSL half as much as I have. And here we go. Apocalypse in the bottom left. We have Motive. And in the bottom right, we have MisO. All right. I'm excited. I'm kind of giddy about it. Like, I love that Motive twice in a row on 2-player maps decided to go for this zealot cannon rush. Maybe here's the thing. I might not be totally, like, Motive is the type of person who would be totally up on the meta and what's going on, right? Like, this might actually be a fantastic build for 2-player maps, what he was doing before. Now, will he do it again in the series? I would say probably not. Looking at those maps, probably not, right? I would think that it's for 2-player maps, but I can't say 100%. Anyways, either way, this is going to be a 9-gate opener. So he's going for the gateway expansion. Well, we don't know, actually. Every time I see a gateway, I say gateway expansion because that's what it is 99.9% of the time. But Motive now twice has gone for gateway forge. Will he do it again? What if this is just a build that he thinks is sick? So there's the 9-gate, right? The reason he leaves the probe, you might look at that and say, oh, that's not very good. Maybe you should mine minerals and go back. It doesn't get there, right? The pylon, like, finishes, like, when the probe is, like, here. So you'd have to send another probe out, which would miss mining here. It's actually, if you're going to go 9-gate, you just leave the probe. If you want to go like a 10-gate, then you can mine and then send a secondary probe out, and it makes more sense. Anyways, he's going to get up here and scout, and he's going to see its hatch first. So now we get to see, does Motive want to do this? Now, here's the thing. The layout of this, the pylon is way far away, so adding the forge is a lot harder if he wants to go for a build like that. Like, it's takes longer, lost mining time, all that. Also, the Overlord getting in, so it would be, he would know exactly what's going on very quickly. And in fact, the Overlord seeing the pylon and seeing no forge round, he knows that that build is not going to be occurring again, most likely. Right? Secondary probe comes out. Is he faking a cannon rush? Or is he going to add the forge in the main? Why is a second probe coming out? Oh, okay. So yeah, he sends it out. It looks like it's a fake. See, he gets the pylon down, and MisO's like, we're not dealing with this again. This is not happening. Why is the second... What does the second probe do? Like, he's just... I guess it's causing a lot of lost mining time. Now, he cancels that out. One thing to note, like, 2 probes could be useful because 2 probe hits and 2 zealot hits kill a drone. So there is that, but generally you never see 2 probes come up with 1 zealot. Back in the day, we would see a 2 probe 3 zealot attack against Zerglings quite often, but never 2 probe 1 zealot. So that's like, it is weird. It looks like this one was being utilized to block. Yeah, it looks like that one is being utilized to block where the 3rd hatch wanted to go. So MisO goes and takes the 3rd hatch there. And, oh, nice. 2 kills. So he actually ends up getting 2 drones. Okay, so, I mean, at the end of the day, this rush has actually been very successful. This pressure delays where the 3rd wants to go. Forced lost mine time with the pylon and the second probe coming up, so it did really look like the previous build. I love that he's mixing that in and using the 2 previous games in this game as information he's fed to MisO. Motive's really playing this like a pro. Like, I really enjoy the way in which he's approaching this game, this series, right? It like makes a lot of sense. It kind of reminds me, we had this one day of GSL Code S forever ago. I think some of you guys may have seen it. Let me know in the comments if you did. But Squirtle was in a group, and he was against all Terran players. And so it was like basically he had to play like 3 best of 3s, all PvT. And he made his opening build look exactly the same every game. And it was like, he did like 6 different builds or something. It was insane. It was one of the best planned days I've ever seen. And when you can do things like that, where it's like, okay, this looks the same, but it's completely different things coming, that can screw with your opponent's mindset, right? Like they think something's coming, they think you're doing the same thing over and over, and then it's something else, but it just looks similar. I love that type of thing. And that's what Motive is doing here. And people still talk about that GSL season and how good Squirtle was, and it was between that and the finals against MVP. I believe that was the same season, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it was, you know, it's just like one of those things that I think I'll remember forever. And watching Motive, this is now 3 games in a row where it looked like that. That's awesome, right? It really is adding a lot of confusion to what's going on here. Okay, so Speedling's trying to run in. He only has a single cannon. Probe's coming up for the block. That's a sick block. And MisO decides to turn the 2 probes around, the 2 Zerglings around that were getting in to target probes. You know what? I was going to say I didn't like that. I wanted him to get the 2 probes, the 2 lings in, but he killed so many probes there that actually turned out to be good. It was a good block by Motive as well, because if he doesn't block there and those get in the main base, the game ends. That's it. The game's over. You can't stop it. It's too much damage. So that was really well done by both sides, I would say. Obviously, Motive making a decision to move out and getting punished for that, but blocks it as best as he possibly ever could have. Okay, a lot of Speedlings coming down across the map. And... well, it is a fair amount of Speedlings. It looks like he has a few out here. Ah, he knew there was going to be a Zealot coming in. He's like, okay, you have something out here. So he catches this one. He is going to be able to get that kill pretty easily. Beautiful micro there as well, keeping 2 of those Lings alive that could have died. Corsair going out for a scout, looking at Moto's base, +1 on the way. Citadel coming up. Okay, all pretty normal stuff. Looking over at MisO's base. Spire is coming up. Additional hatcheries. Now, here's one thing we don't see. In all the previous games, he had made a Hydralisk Den and an Evolution Chamber by now. See how the Spire's about to finish? But there's no second gas. I think this game he's going to go for Mutas. I have this gut feeling that this game is going to be Mutalisk. Now, by the way, we have Lings here and then Lings in the corner. So he's looking for a flank. Dude, this is beautiful for MisO. Or is he just going to run in? Holy crap. Okay, the Lings get a little bit caught up there. Oh, he doesn't go for the cannons? What am I looking at? This game is crazy. Okay, 4 Speedlings get in. That's pretty deadly right now. That's pretty deadly. These Zealots going to go across the map. A bunch of the Lings did get pulled back. More hatcheries are coming up, so there's definitely plenty of larvae here, but he is supply blocked right now at 36 of 36. This is an insane game already. Look at this. The probes actually do a great drill there. The Zealots actually hit the base that the Zerglings did not run back to. Holy crap. MisO's in a bit of trouble here. He does not have that many Lings here because of that supply block caused by the Corsairs. This is an insane game. I have no idea what's going to end up happening here. Right now, MisO's drone count is very strong at 28 against 32. But... this is getting a little bit rough. The Zealots are doing a great job. They don't have their +1 yet. If that finishes before he clears them, that's going to be a big issue. Scourge have been hatched. So some anti-Corsair there. No second gas. Still, just pure Zerglings being made by MisO. Which, by the way, like the heavy Zergling style, I do love it. But again, he's got to clear these before +1. +1 is going to finish any second here. Notice how Motive is pulling back into a very tight spot here. Very defensive location. Look at this. Going to be really hard for MisO to break in, and he gets +1. +1 is done before MisO clears. Huge, huge moment here. The amount of Zerglings MisO has made is no joke. And now the Zealots are just crushing face. Like, they are killing so much more than they should have. Oh my god, what craziness. I actually thought the group of Speedlings down here were going to flank. I thought that's what we were going to see. It wasn't the case. He ran by, he got probe kills. But now it's like, look at this. Dude, there's so many Corsairs in here right now. They're killing so many Overlords. A gigantic supply block is taking place for MisO. 47 of 30 right now. He's making more Scourge, hopefully to kill off these Corsairs. Is he going to have enough? 1 Mutalisk as well. He wants to save this to go in with the Scourge. Hopefully draw Corsair fire and then hit Scourge on the Corsairs, because we're almost at a permanent block status here. I'm getting very nervous because there's not that many Scourge out. MisO could be in some big, big trouble. You can get like these permanent blocks that Zerg just can't get out of. It happens. So look, getting another Overlord, 45 of 30. Terrible, terrible situation supply-wise. And you might look at this and say, oh God, why doesn't he start making spores? Well, he's thinking of that now because it's getting so bad. Okay, he gets 1 Corsair. Dude, still 6 Corsairs left. He's making 8 more Scourge. Dude, oh my God, a lot of Scourge. Look at this, 20 Scourge being made. He knows how dire this situation is. More oh my God. More Corsair kills. But he made so many Overlords, he can lose a couple. So he's like spreading out where he makes them, by the way, right? Some here, some up here, some here. He's made them at each hatchery so that they can't all be killed at the same time. Very smart moves from MisO, but he's taken significant damage. Let's look at this base. More gateways coming up. I've been so caught up in the action, I'm not sure if zealot legs were made. I guess we'll see momentarily. We have a DT out here as well. You know, with the huge flood in of Corsairs, makes sense. Definitely wants to have some of those there. Bunch of Scourge waiting out at the front. Bunch of Scourge waiting on the side. Hydralisks on the way, right? Like he's getting the speed upgrade. We do have legs on the Zealots. A bunch of Hydras being made. The Zealots are going to come out and try to do some harass. Of course, we have this 1 DT as well. It seems like the Overlords are pretty well split right now, so I don't know if the DT will find any damage right at this moment, but it can do some good scouting and stuff too. So the macro of MisO, one thing we have to point out, right? He lost a lot of Overlords. A lot of things did go wrong. But look at his supply right now. 73 to 90 is not bad. It is not bad. 41 to 54 workers, not bad, man. Like, seriously, he's done a really good job. He's on 6 hatch. He's really macroing up heavily. I love this by Motive. Look at how he's on 6 gates. Oh, wait, hold on. He is running in right now and gets a... Oh, my God. 75 of 30. You have to be joking me. 75 of 30. Oh, my God. Well, what I was setting up to talk to you guys about was basically MisO has done a great job, and Motive's doing the one thing he absolutely can do, which is take a quicker base than you would anticipate here. But now that he's hit this massive supply block once again, I think that basically we're going to get one really good attack out of MisO. This is very, very bad right now. Oh my God, the DT. The DT might be able to get in here. He needs to target that. Notice how he's trying to target it. Oh my God, it's got 6 health left. Okay, another Overlord pops. The amount of Overlords he's killed this game is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Third base is up. Definitely, at this point, it does look like Motive should be able to take this game. This looks really, really bad for MisO. As I was saying before, it felt like he was going to get one really good attack off. I'm not as sure anymore because Psystorm's going to be done, and he's already got 4 cannons. Look at this. High Templars coming out. He actually has a lot of Hydras. This is only the lead group of Hydras here. The Corsair is still doing a ridiculous job clearing Overlords. And he does need an Overlord up here, so he needs to keep sending them because of this 1 DT. Pulls that DT back so Psystorm doesn't kill him. Very smart. Even 1 tick of Psystorm will take this guy out at this point. More Overlords coming up. Motive right now retreating a little bit. Yeah, decent amount of Hydras. Still, dude, seriously, the Corsairs are dominating this game right now. Motive has done such a good job with these Corsairs. They've been super, super strong. Now, looking back at the base here, right? So we're going to have 4 Psystorms there, a decent Zealot-based army, a couple Archons mixed in. Kind of surprised that he has the Archons. Not sure what those are really supposed to do for him. They're not very good against Hydras, but I guess it's okay. Some Lurkers being morphed, so some good Lurker Egg Micro there to save some of those frontal Hydras. Yeah, okay, this makes sense, actually. You know, I said there was going to be one big attack, and I think that that was the idea for MisO, but I think he's reevaluated this situation. The best thing he might be able to do is a big Lurker Hydra containment up here that Motive trades poorly into. Now, to do this correctly, I believe that Motive, or MisO is going to have to stay on 3 base for a very long time. So this is kind of going to be an all-in containment. No, he cannot attack into here. Like, maybe that's the idea, is he is still going to attack, like I was talking about before. But when I see the Hydras being made, okay, well, that's bad. See, you know, sometimes you can set up these lurker containments that are so hard to get out of that, you know, they'll trade inefficiently over and over and over. Observers here, not going to work. So it's getting worse for MisO right now. It seems like he does want to do that attack. I thought he had decided otherwise, and I think it actually, that might have been a better try, is to set up a Lurker Hydra contain, maybe even turn it into a drop when he's trying to bust something like that. And he is still producing a lot, right? His drone count is still really healthy. It's not like he lost drones during all these great things that Motive did. So he's got good production on 6 hatch. He's got good amount of drones, but he's lost a lot of his army. You can see his army supply is dwarfed. There's twice the supply here for Motive right now. MisO continuing to rally in everything that he possibly can. Motive is just making a sick army right now. You know, he's getting more upgrades, going for +3 armor, which is pretty insane at this point at 15 minutes. Kadarian Amulet for more Psy Storms. You know, more High Templars joining. Everything looking very good, very strong here. And, like, I feel like Motive can break out at his leisure right now. Because the longer he waits, the stronger his army gets in comparison. And this is kind of turning into that containment I was talking about before. I wish he hadn't done the attack down that lost like 12 Hydras. But, you know, this is a good idea. This is a very good idea for MisO. Because that's like one of the hardest things. Dragoons shoot very slowly. It's very hard for them to break uphill when they're taking damage. It really is. They hate it. So, you know, I think he's going to have enough Psy Storms that it's not an issue. Bring some Zealots up to the side. That's actually going to suck up this Hydra damage, which is nice. It makes it so less damage is coming out on his Dragoons while they try to break through everything. And it does look like it should be a pretty clean break, I think. Yeah, another good Psy Storm there. He does have a few more as well. And GG is called. Motive gonna take a big advantage. 3-1 right now against MisO.